rugby is Central Battle of Escott. Do you think of what do you think of Suva rugby progress?
I think it's really doing well because I think again a number of years just an outsider looking in, but they really wasn't doing too well because there's a lot of things which build up to the actual Suva team, and that comes from the clubs. And a few years ago, I thought, some years ago, I thought, there's really, in terms of club, it's really not as active as it used to be. And these are the feeder group for you to be able to get the best rugby players for Suva. But I think with the current administration, there's quite a number of efforts that they are doing, to be able to get back the Suva glory in terms of rugby and getting back the major trophies. But they have taken a big step, and as I said last year, they've now got the Escott Shield. One of the major prizes they've got at the moment. But now their aim is to try and get both, the Cell Cup also. But I think it's not only in terms of having an aim, but I think what they're doing not an aim, but they're really trying to work hard to be able to achieve that aim. And I think to me that is the road, the pathway one is to follow. Because if you just think about it and don't do anything about it, then no way you can achieve anything. But as you see, now they really have gone out, because now, in terms of any sport, there's a lot of things that depends also in terms of sponsorship. So you really have to get the business people to have confidence in you to be able to say yes. Okay. But that will only come in terms of performance on the field. If you perform well, then definitely, it's easier to be able to convince the business people to come in with sponsorship, because it's a both-way thing. It's good for you, but it's good for them. Because if you are progressing well, succeeding, then there'll be a lot of media coverage, and the media coverage will also cover, the sponsors. So I think that it goes in the two ways. And I think this is why I'm glad to see today that there's a lot of sponsors coming to the Suva Rugby Union. And to me, with that kind of sponsorship, there's much more the Suva Rugby Union can do in terms of the preparation for that. And I'm very confident also that this year could be a good year for Suva Rugby.
So what were some of your highlighting memorable moments in your time?
Well, in our time, it's we always been a very hard time at our time, playing for the Suva, and then getting the same sort of thing. At the time, they were very, very strong opponents too. And also Nandronga is the one that we always Nandronga still as it is at the moment, and still always very strong. Very strong. The bonding there is very strong. And most of them comes from Nandronga and the Vanua. And the Suva, it's a multiracial type of thing. It's almost like a multiracial group. And to get them to bond together, it's not always an easy stuff. But in Nandronga and all that, they're really Nandronga people. So it's easier to get these people to motivate them. So at that time, it's only sad. It's very always difficult to get to Nandronga. But for you to beat Nandronga at the time, it's quite an achievement. But still now, you see, Nandronga is still very, very strong because of that. And with the Suva at the moment, winning that and then trying to win the other one, Vincia, I know it's going to be hard, but I think now, with this kind of effort that the Suva Rugby administrators are doing, and I'm sure they probably can do it.
So what would be your best advice to the Suva players out there, especially battling the CBC this Sunday against Nandronga, you mentioned one of the top teams, and trying to get titles for the Cell Cup in February? What would be your advice to the players?
Well, see, at the moment, I'm not too sure how long have they been preparing for this game, whether they haven't, they just call people together because of the 100-year celebration or not. But I think at the moment, I'm not too sure to the level of endurance and fitness level of both teams. So now it's a matter of playing it smart. You really have to be a thinker to be able to lead the team on the field and to see whether the endurance level of the team can last from the first minute to the last minute. And if so, then it's a type of game that they have to play. If the endurance level at the moment is not so good because it's really just the beginning of the season, then they have to play a very tactical game. So that means they have to probably put the ball back a few times rather than doing a lot of running out wide. So those are the things I think for the super team. They must be able to have a good thinker on the field to be able to see and decide on the spot exactly how they're going to play the game. I think that's really why, because I think the endurance level at the moment for both teams will not be as good as probably down in July or August. So I think that's the thing that at the moment, I think the coach will have to probably talk to them and say, okay, we have to play it this way. Look at the first 15 minutes. First 15 minutes you can see what's that. Then maybe you can try some of these things. Just try some longer kicks, the high kicks and all that, just to not to run, and you run out the wind, and that's it. And I think losing is very much on the notice board. But I think those kind of a very smart play would be the theme of the game this Sunday. Okay.